This will be a layout update for August 2016. Got a couple new pieces of rolling stock and a new locomotive to show you guys, as well as some progress on the bench work and starting to cut some of the sub-roadbed for my layout. So I got a new locomotive. These just came in. Picked it up at the Edmonton train show. This is the newly released by Intermountain ES44AC in Citirail paint. And these ones are just like the previous CP release. These ones have the ESU Loksound Select Decoder. Really nice locomotive. I really like these leasers. You see them every once in a while. On both CN and CP, they've been around here in Alberta, so kind of should be neat to run, create a little variety in the trains every once in a while. Really like this paint job though. Really sharp looking blue and yellow stripes on the front end. Really sharp looking paint scheme. Nicely done by Intermountain. I ended up with another one of these CP Rail multimark Hawker Siddely 4550 cubic foot hoppers. This is one of the PWRS special runs. I just had some points accumulated and I was getting an order shipped from them, so I figured I'd cash it in. It's one of their unique paint schemes or whatever that's got the graffiti on it. I wasn't a huge fan of this one, but I had all the points saved up and there wasn't really any other cars I was interested in, so I thought I might as well get that one because you can never have too many multi-mark hoppers. So other things that came in, if you can believe it or not, at True Line Trains CN Point St. Charles caboose. And these things are like unicorns. Like I brought them down here and I was like, I can't believe I'm holding one of these in my hand. After the huge saga and all the drama that went through with these cars, it was just, they've been a long time coming, so it's pretty neat to actually finally get my hands on these. So I got two. I got this one and the Operation Lightsaber, which is a really nice paint job. I think they did a fantastic job on it. We'll take a closer look. And I also got just an undecorated one, which I'm going to do up probably like a modern version. See if I can, I'll include a photo here. Probably like either that one or another one that has been seen in Jasper Yard with covered in reflective striping or whatever, and just a modern day version of it, kind of weathered a little bit. I'm glad I got the undecorated one because some people were showing some photos of others. Some road numbers, they did the printing right, and other road numbers, the lettering on the road number is way too big. So this one, this undecorated one, does come with a decal sheet, but I had a look, and you can see, you might not be able to see that. If we can. It's got the font that's too big as well. It's just like a Helvetica type Arial numbers, too big for what the prototype had. So I'm glad they didn't put those decals on, and I can source some correct ones myself. This walkway too is kind of bent here on the back, but these are minor things I can probably fix pretty easily. The way I look at it is there are no other options for ready-to-run plastic Point St. Charles caboose. So before this, it was either a brass one or build yourself a kit. So it's kind of nice to have a ready-to-run option now. There's the Operation Lightsaber. And for whatever reason, the walkways ended up being straighter on this one. So it must have been a different run. So there you have it, guys. True Line Trains, Point St. Charles cabooses on in my basement. Seeing is believing. Okay, I got one more thing to show you guys that came in and is rather new, and that's the new scale trains, 53-foot refrigerated containers featuring true color paint. And I got a few of these in different paint schemes, but I especially like these CN Cargo Cool containers. These are really nice. We'll just have a close look here, some of the detail. Hinges and handles and the operating rods, all really nicely done. Just like the real thing, the container numbers printed on the roof as well for the crane operator. So yeah, overall, really nicely done containers by Scale Trains. Now the method that they stack is similar to the old Athearn, where they have the pins, the little plastic pins, and then the top have the hole, so they just click together like the Athearn ones do. Would have been cool if they would have tried to do what Cato does with the magnets, but can't have everything. Weight-wise, they're quite light too. I'd say they're very similar to the Concours containers for weight. There's not much to them. So I got a couple packages of the CN Cargo Cool, and they're all 3-packs. These are the ones non-sound. They actually make a sound one too. I didn't get one of those. They did quick tracks. These are really nice too, as well as JB Hunt. So always nice to add some variety to the intermodal stuff. So that's all the new stuff I got in over the last month. Let's take a look at how the layout's progressing. So over on the CN side of the layout, construction's kind of stalled out. One side I built a little bit there. You can see the start of Jasper Yard. The bench work is rising up because there's no more terrain once you get past the underpass there, the east end of Jasper Yard, and after that it's flat, so the bench work rises up. So I did start that, but I didn't get very far because I needed to build a wall, and then I need to build another wall, which will be the backdrop. And I'll provide the backdrop for Jasper Yard. So kind of stalled out on that side just due to, I don't know, just didn't get around to it. So then on the other end of the CN layout, I'm still waiting on the metal, special custom metal brackets that will provide my the clearance for my workbench. My friend's still working on those, so that's kind of where I ended up on that side. So I've just been taking advantage of the open part of the CN layout to cut some plywood and stuff. So nothing fancy. You can see the homemade travel points. I'm just starting to do some sub-roadbed for the CP side. So just cutting it over here on the CN side of the layout. So over here in the Thomas and Friends play area, you can get a good view of what I've actually got quite a bit done since the last layout update. So this wall basically, here, this whole wall, I built that and finished the CP side of the bench work. Or just got the cantilevers anyway. I haven't finished the strapping or anything on it. But I also finished this peninsula wall. Or it's almost finished. Got a lot of it done. So this will be, we're looking at, this will be divide on the wall over here, and then this peninsula in the center, there's going to be a curved circular wall here, which will make there will be a 38-inch radius curve, and that'll be the big 180-degree curve that turns the train back around. That'll be Morant's curve there. So, and I've got quite a bit more of the cantilevers and bench work done on that side as well. But I ran out of 1x2, and I went to my local lumber store, and they didn't have any left, so I gotta wait till they get some more in. So on the other side, you can see this part of the layout, the bench work's done. Sippy cup. Bench work's done pretty much right up to here. So that's a solid 40 feet of bench work that's ready for risers and sub-roadbed now. So the progress is going pretty good. So here we're looking down, this is east of Lake Louise here, going down this side. Right at the end we'll be entering Lake Louise from the east. Makes a, I think it's a 34 or 36 inch radius curve on the back wall there. And then it starts coming back on this side, which will be, starting over there is the underpass at Lake Louise, and then it comes along this way, and that whole wall is basically all town of Lake Louise. So and it's all done and ready for the risers and sub-roadbed. So over here on the other side of that peninsula wall, this is Banff Yard, which I've just started kind of doing the cantilevers for. Like I said, I ran out of wood, so you can see that's kind of where I abruptly stopped. This is a good angle actually. Here, I'll just bear with me, I'll move you over quickly here just to get there. This really shows the advantage of that laser level. So I put the laser level on a vertical stripe and draw lines, and look at that, how straight that that line is. Just makes it for really easy, no measuring, just put the line on it and you know it's level and plumb and straight. Makes really nice bench work. I also used it to build these walls, because I was, for whatever reason, when I first started putting the walls up, I was still using a level, fighting with it, and then I just thought, why am I not just using the laser level? So drew a line on the floor and set the laser level up, and then you have instant perfect level walls. So good angle here. This will be looking down the tracks east, railway eastbound at Banff, with the station will be here on the right hand side, and you can see kind of the shape of the bench work. So at the widest point is 30 inches, and it'll be the little 5-track yard there that's in Banff. And then as the yard ladder kind of brings it back down, the bench work shrinks, and then it goes back to double track there to enter the reverse loop at that end. So this is just looking back up the other way. We were just looking down. This would be looking west, railway westbound. Banff station would be over here on the left hand side. This view gives a really good idea of why I had to shrink that stair landing there. You see, notice that stick on the ground here? That's where the staircase landing used to come out to. So you can see it just wouldn't have worked. There was like 11 inches of clearance or something if I was going to do Banff Yard. I could have done it if I would have done just like a 18-inch thick bench work there, but can't really do a yard with only 18 inches, so that's why the landing had to go. And now the way it is, it's awesome because the door actually can open up fully here and still clear this, so you can open the door right up. It's nice. So this is, I had to rearrange where all the tools were and stuff, but I got a little computer station here now. It's kind of a perk to getting some bench work done. You can have a little place to keep stuff. So today I've been working on this reverse loop, so this is the first one I'm doing. I've just started cutting some of the plywood for the sub-roadbed there. You can see I got another piece laid out there. And that's a 50-inch outer radius piece of plywood with a 36-inch inner radius. So this is the first one I'm doing. I have to do the CP reverse loops first because they're below, so it kind of allows you access. So I'll get this one done, and then you can see up on the wall there where the shelf brackets are. That'll be the CN portion of the reverse loop, same size, stacked on top of it. So today I was just kind of got a few pieces cut out, and then I was tinkering with one of these 2x2 supports here, kind of trying to see how I'm going to do that with the least amount of bench work possible, and still keeping room for all the switch machines and being mindful of the clearance. So that's why I have to use shelf brackets on the CN side to maintain that good clearance, at least 6 inches between the top of the CN loop and the CP rail height. So it's really hard to visualize how big these loops are until you start building them. I tell you, when I started cutting the first piece out, I was like, wow, this thing is just huge. A 50 inch radius, 100 inches all the way across. That's a pretty big circle. Kind of make it nice though. I didn't realize how big the center will be. If you really wanted, you could have a little RTC dispatching desk or something in there, because there's just going to be a lot of room in the middle of that circle. So that piece on the floor is kind of how it's going to be. And this is the tightest point of my layout here. This is a 24-inch kind of walkway, and right here will be another really thin strip of double track where the CN loop goes around the back there. So this portion here, excuse me, is it's only 2 feet, so it's quite a tight walkway, but you won't actually ever be operating trains in here. This is just kind of the storage tracks and staging, so I think I can live with it. So that'll wrap up this layout update, guys. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.